Okay. Yeah. As a comment, let me enter there. Mm. Oh, wow. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with the Fudge and friends, wherever you are listening to us or watching us. You are welcome. It's going to be a good day, a lovely morning. Well, I'm your uncle. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fudge. Well, while we're waiting for the guys, the ladies are here with me. It's lovely. Let's start with the one in the studio with me. That and lovely. Esife Arogundadi. Good morning, Esife.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to another lovely show of the Vintage Talk Show. We appreciate all our fans and family that will be joining this great program. Enjoy as we give you all the beautiful today.
All that is lovely and beautiful will come your way today. Good morning. That's nice. Thank you, Esife. And on the other end of the line is prim and proper, Omolara Famuyiwa. Good morning, Omolara, this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Fudge. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful edition of the Vintage Talk Show.
Yes, our voice clear and ringing. It's going to be a good day today. So on the Vintage Talk Show, we continue to speak truth to power and shine light on dark spots by His grace. So join us. Let's kick off the quote for the week. And it says an African proverb, and it says, even the best cooking pot will not produce food on its own. Absolutely so. Have you seen the Baji's pot? It's so massive, but he can't do it on his own. They have to use all kinds of things, put all kinds of stuff to make a mountain of jollof rice for them to eat. Yeah, yeah. So it's essentially the proverb saying, without action, tools or whatever beautiful thing article you have won't amount to anything if you don't act, if you don't do something with it, if you don't go ahead and act upon your desire, whatever you want to achieve. So the cooking pot, however beautiful, however massive, however long standing, cannot produce food on its own. Now we're on to fact checking. As something you call knowledge booster. You must have read something or you have heard it. Say, did you know this? Did you know that? And all that. Here is this week. Did you know that the first university in the world was in Africa? Let me ask Molara and Isife, is it true or false?
This is true.
It's true. You can provide the answer. Okay, Molara, is it true or false? Molara, is it true or false?
Sir. Okay.
She doesn't want to commit herself. Okay. The fact checker says it is true. The
Okay.
University of Al Qarawiyyi in Fez, Morocco, founded in 859 AD by Fatima al-Fihri, is recognized by UNESCO and Guinness World Records as the oldest continuously operating university. Woo. But if you are thinking of a structured higher learning in general, Africa's contribution goes back even earlier with the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, the 3rd century BC, and institutions at Timbuktu in Mali between the 12th and 19th century AD. Woo. Mm. Well, they were also globally renowned. However, they are not always classified as universities, in quote, in the formal Western sense. I beg your pardon. So you see, civilization essentially started from Africa. We've been teaching the world about morals, integrity, dignity, intelligence, and all that long before the other people woke up, you know. And they will be, like Fela said, teacher don't teach me nonsense, and they'll be teaching us democracy, teaching us institutions, this and that. Anyway, there you have the facts are clear. We have been there long before they woke up. Okay, let me quickly ask the ladies before we launch into entertainment news. Hopefully, this week, today's episode will have entertainment news, newspaper cover headline reviews, Niger trends, that's trending Nigerian stories, and then let's rewind. Hopefully, but let me ask the ladies: anything stood out for you during the week? Any something important happened that you know about that's of importance to our listeners and our viewers?
Yes.
Let's start with the CFA.
Okay, two things for me. The first is that people spreading fake news on social media, either about someone's death or something else. And also Hilda Bassi's cooking, which is another history for her. And other chefs are now coming out to say they want to even beat her record.
With all kinds of they want to cook. Somebody want to cook beans.
Yes.
That one, the gas will be. The gas will finish. They will need to go and tap from NIG. Oh my! Did you eat out of Hila's rice?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Who did they say die again? Who died?
I'm
Who
not
did they
aware
claim
of that.
Oh yeah. Okay, just the general idea of announcing people's obituary while they are still alive.
Okay, yes, for social media, yes, that's fake news. So
Any particular person mentioned that you
I
can
think
recollect?
Claron Chukura.
Ah,
Clara, I'm not sure, but I think she has been saying something about social media and
she's been
fake news.
rebutting it, Abby.
Yeah,
It's good to be
I
alive
think
to
so.
say no, I'm not dead, though I'm alive. Oh, this social media. What about you, Molara?
Okay, what stood out for me is this tin of a thing, this tax. When the news
What's the
when,
problem with it?
when yeah, when the news came out, like, oh, everybody had to register by December, you won't be able to use your account, this, that. Again, it was debunked that no, it won't
It was
affect you. It
clarified that
won't.
it's no, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so earlier this week, my boss, I went to the bank to do a transaction on his behalf. And before we sit down, this, that, we are sorry, we cannot treat your check. I still withdrew money from this account on Friday. What happened? He said he has to put his thing. Saying that you were saying no till December or till January. Why are you blocking accounts now? So it's so frustrating, and I think people need to be
Wow,
well about it.
wow. I've always said it. Bankers, well, the banking operations operates like the police. When they are when they get is it secular they call it, or a regulation from above that this is so, and then they postpone it or shift it for one reason or the other. Government is always changing its mind and all that. Down the line, the people in the ranks, other ranks, below the rungs and all that, continue to operate in the first secular. They don't listen to the rebuttal or the denial or the reversal. It's the way government works. I don't know. In this country, I don't know. You know, so already they didn't allow you to withdraw your money, and they're mentioning thing that
In
they
fact,
say.
up to yesterday, we could not do any transaction.
Okay, but it's pretty easy to get it in. Just go on their websites, jtb.gov and all that, joint tax board, and anywhere you have, load your information within 20 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute at most. You'll be through. It's pretty easy if you're internet savvy, you know.
Also, I don't know, were they doing, can you register this in the bank?
No, I believe so. I don't know. I don't know. I think you go, but it's easy to go online, go to their website and load your document. I mean your details, just your date of birth, your what kind of occupation are you involved in, your state, your I think that's not local government, your state, your I think that's all. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And then they will load you. So anytime you want to enter, use your date of birth. So you have to be consistent. You have to make sure that it's a date of birth. Don't forget your date of birth. Especially those who have official and unofficial ages. You may have problems remembering which one is what. Okay. Thank you for that. Let's take a short break and we come back and discuss entertainment news. Let's start with if you're your friend. This is Samad. The song is titled Hilda Bachi, featuring Ray Rabina. Rabina. Interesting. Let's hear it. You didn't bring your stand.
And that's it.
Can you let me use it for? Oh, you're using it. Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what's wrong with this. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
This is a vintage talk show with Femi Akintunde-Johnson.
That song, Hilda Bassi. Uh, by uh, it's the song you listen to and you just shake your head and say, "Children of nowadays." There are many blips in there to to block out profanities. It's all about sex, women, money, and all that. Mm, we move. I'm sure we are ready with entertainment news with Omolara and the Sife. Let's start with Omolara. Short and straightforward stories. Let's go on. Omolara, are you having problem with your paper or with your stories?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Go ahead, please.
Yemi Sholade on why he stopped going to church. Veteran actor Yemi Sholade has revealed why he stopped attending church over a decade ago. Speaking on the Honest Bunch podcast, he said church commitments became a burden, even interfering with his work. Sholade recalled being told not to accept jobs on Sundays, which he rejected. He added that endless committees left him no personal time. His comments have sparked fresh debate on balancing faith with personal freedom.
Well, religion is a personal issue, a personal affair with his God and man. If they load you with work, ask God if it is the work that you are supposed to do, because you two can talk to God, Abby.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have.
So if they give you what something that distracts you your work, can make you make a living, you have to be sure that it's God that is sending both of you. Anyway, I think it's between you and your God, not your church or your mosque or wherever you worship. Let's next story, please.
Tiwa Savage rejects Queen of Afrobeat title. Afrobeat star Tiwa Savage says she does not call herself the Queen of Afrobeat. Speaking in a recent chat, she explained that doing so would diminish other female artists. Savage,
Hmm.
one of the first African women signed to Universal Music Group, reflected on the
Okay. Well, we're still sorting out
there
Malara's
is a
voice. Okay. We didn't have the last. Let me just try and save it here. Let me recap it from here. The
mm,
Savage, one of the first African women signed to Universal Music Group, reflected on the struggles behind a groundbreaking deal, stressing that every woman in the genre is a queen in her own right. Okay, they're talking about the genre of Afrobeats. So, Isife, what do you think about her position?
She said, well, it's good that she said that she's not seeing herself as a that others too can, because everybody is a queen in their own place. It's
Mm.
not
She
you
doesn't want to
shouldn't
claim the
carry,
title
yes,
alone.
because if she claims it alone, so others will feel like, oh, what about me? Am I not doing enough? They might feel rejected in a way. So it's a good thing.
Do you have a contrary opinion, Molora?
No, no, I like her stance. I like it.
Okay. As for me, you can call yourself anything you like. They also can call themselves anything you like. It is if the people accept it. You can call yourself king of Afrobeat, and they see you, they say you are the gates man of Afrobeat. It depends on opinion. Everybody, it's like no, it's our nose. Everybody has one one nose. They all have, but they look different. You know. Anyway, let's move on. That's okay. That's okay. Yes,
BB's
move
night
on. Okay, go ahead.
on love and timing. Former Big Brother Naija star V has sparked online buzz with her dating philosophy. In a TikTok video, the 29-year-old said her mission is to avoid having the wrong man father her child, adding she still has two tries left. V clarified she wasn't judging other women's choices, but stressed the need to carefully choose a life partner to protect her mental well being.
Hmm. Well, I guess you people you know the V.
Yes, we
You
know
know
her.
her,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so when she said she has two tries, that means she will do two. She will try two men. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, exactly.
She will. So well, we are not told how many tries she had experimented with to come
She
to the
has gone
conclusion.
through some
Eh?
painful relationship in the past. I said she had
Okay.
bad experiences with relationship in the past, so I think that's what made her conclude like this.
Hmm. 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 So let's do it this way. So after the two tries and they're unsuccessful, what would be her next action?
My
Is
decides to take a break and be like, okay, let me just take my mind off it for some time and focus on other things.
and
Maybe
then
in the process, then the real
and then
person will
the try
now.
like a life and living a relationship. Those things are very tough, and it's not something you make resolution over. You need to pray. You need to pray hard, and then have a good mind also. Then keep an open mind. You know, because you can see the one that you think will father your child, and down the line it becomes a Dexter. I don't know if you have watched that series Dexter. One criminally minded man, be very gentle looking, good man. It looks like a decent one that he would love to have a try with. And then, but he's a serial killer. He kills serial killers. He kills- Imagine that. You know, there is not that you don't find that that man is the husband, the father of a child after three children. What will you do? Oh my, oh my. Uh, our father in the Lord has come in. I mean, father in the broadcast. He has deigned to join us. Good morning, Mr.
Oh
T.
my God.
That's Tokunbo.
Good morning, sir.
Tokunbo
Good morning,
speaking.
everybody. Good morning. Nana Isife, good morning.
Morning,
Oh,
sir.
wow. It's a full house already. I'm sorry. I
It is.
apologize, rather.
It's
How have
okay.
you been?
You missed some juicy entertainment beats.
Please
People are
rewind, rewind, rewind.
no, it's too late. It's too late. We still have some more. Okay, let's go to your next story. Is
Spyro
Molara.
engaged to
Then
Janet
we'll recap
Atom.
for Mr. T later. Okay.
Okay. Spyro engaged to Janet Atom. Singer Spyro, famous for his hit Who Is Your Guy, is engaged. The artist shared the news on Instagram, posting pictures of his proposal to partner Janet Atom. Spyro said he met her unexpectedly in a Lagos club last year, describing her as the answers to his prayers. The engagement has drawn warm reactions from fans and fellow stars.
That's nice. That's nice. I don't know.
Congrats to him.
Well, it has to be congratulations, Les. We're in for sweet and good things. Faj, a quick one about proposals and marriages these days. Could you play a flashback to our own days, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
Why not? Why not? Go there.
Don't let me go. Don't let me go. If I recollect how I proposed to my wife, that day, I think in 1991 or 90. Oh
90.
my! It was somewhere. I think it's Winners Restaurant or something. I practically
Wow.
closed the restaurant. I closed the restaurant, shut it down. Told them a day before nobody should enter. I want to do this, and this, and we agreed. It was
Lockdown.
it was a lockdown. We then went to it. Was wondering, where are they? I know what happened. I said, don't worry, they will soon come in. You know, and no, the story is sweet. It's sweet. Those days very elaborate. As if we
Very,
are jobless.
very.
No, but it's not jobless. It's love. So let's see them. We say we are jobless. They just need down the road. And put a rose on it.
Will you
You
marry
know,
me?
you know what I mean? And then they can make a scene. Everything is kid nowadays. The woman cannot start doing no. You didn't tell me before. Yeah, you didn't tell people before the people.
Oh my God.
I don't like to be surprised. His proposal was supposed to be surprising.
And all your friends will now say, Chotigba, Otigba, okay. We have the wedding to plan.
if God wants to punish you, let the woman say, let me think about
Exactly.
it. Everybody will run.
That's what we call Isho.
Isho Buruku. Oh my. Okay. Good luck to Spyro and Janet. We wish you all the best in your
Yeah,
the
lovely.
proposal that
Nice
nuptial
one.
knocks and bells will ring, and then
Mhm.
we'll celebrate your engagement and your marriage. And
Yeah.
indeed, not only just the wedding, but the marriage will be successful.
Amen.
All the best. Okay, your final story is Molara.
Toke Makinwa returns with baby. Media personality Toke Makinwa received a grand welcome in Nigeria on Friday after giving birth to her first child abroad last month. Friends, fans, and celebrities celebrated her arrival with her baby, flooding social media with congratulatory messages.
Oh, okay.
We also join in congratulating her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lovely.
There is no
The
at
special
this
gifts of
point.
God.
At this point, all we need to do is celebrate mother and child. I
Mhm.
don't try. The problem is this is a social media. Then you go and read the comment section. You see all kinds of questions, all kinds of queries. They'll be asking, who is the father? Who is this? When did
Exactly
it
now.
happen?
When did
As
it
if
happen? How did it
how
happen?
did it happen? How did it happen? Are you sure
Why,
it's not
why,
there?
why
Are
did
you
it
are
happen
you the
here?
one that
Why did
carried?
they travel out? Yeah.
I pity all these celebrities of today
No,
to
it's
show that
joblessness, Paj. It's
to show
joblessness.
that to show that the pregnancy is real. They will have to expose their belly. They will do photo shoots to show the belly.
Jesus Christ.
They will do photo shoots
Even after doing
you know,
photos, some will still question
even
if
after the photo,
everything is
they will
real or
carry the
something.
baby,
Abi,
and somebody will say, "Is it not a toy? It looks like it's a toy that's
it doesn't look natural.
it
It's
doesn't look natural." See the
protruding
way
to
they
this
have.
side.
There's so much madness around, you know, because that's what poverty and bad economy can do to you. You'll be seeing things that are not there.
Exactly.
You imagine, you imagine. Oh, but the government has to work on this country because the mental health issue is a major public health scare. You know, because people see visions and see things that apparently or maybe possibly are not there. They just say it. And I don't know, maybe because they think they are anonymous or they are nondescript, they can be caught or
They
seen.
can be,
The
yeah,
same thing,
that what
the same
happens
thing
really.
you are not supposed to say outside. Things you say
Hmm.
inside your bathroom or inside the toilet.
Hmm.
They write it. Gadagba. They don't care. Wow. Anyway, congratulations, Toke. And
Yeah.
welcome, baby Toke. And wish you all the best. Long life and prosperity. Okay. We'll take a
Man.
short break. We have taken the short break, Abby.
Yes.
We are back. No, we haven't. We haven't. We need to play one music, and then we'll come back to the second section of the entertainment day. This is Queen Maddie. It says Ego or Ego. I don't know whether it's Ego or English. Featuring Valorant. It looks interesting. Nigerians.
You know, the funny thing these days, different grammatic errors, terrible errors.
Yeah.
And they will paste those things like that. I say, okay, people
boy share sorrow.
People boy share sorrow, Even
the big influencer, so-called influencer or skit maker, they will write it in text as caption, big, bad English. They don't care. They don't care. Oh my! You know, interestingly, their followers love it like that. They are not bothered. So
no, you know,
that's the only thing.
Influencers are not only influencing the stories that come, they influence their character, attitude, and their way of life. And that's what people pick up after a while. You know,
I mean,
if you have a very...
the song here that I was trying to look for is titled Reverse Back. How do you...
It's titled what?
A song title that is Reverse Back. That's the name of the... Is that like he doesn't know that it's wrong, or he doesn't care? Or he doesn't care whether it's wrong or not? Oh, Aki, welcome.
Reverse back.
Reverse back. And you don't care.
And it goes viral all over the world. Reverse back. You're even lucky he called it reverse. These days I hear revise back. Revise.
Oh, Mr. T, your voice is your voice is cackling.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Give me a second. Yeah, give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me do something. Okay.
I think it's the network. It will soon stabilize. Akin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning. Mr. T, it looks as if speak again. Let's see whether it works.
Okay, hello. Hi.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, it's better. It's better.
It's better. I didn't do anything. I just didn't do anything. I was about to get up.
I think it's the network.
Okay.
I think it's the network.
Okay.
Somebody else coming. Good morning, Mr. Arsenal.
Bosun.
Morning, sir. Where do you find?
It's great to have you after the hiatus. A little bit late today. We are still talking.
Good morning, Mr. T.
Good morning. Sorry, Faj. Bosun.
Morning, Uncle T.
Morning,
sir.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Morning, sis. Morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Welcome. How are the families?
Okay. I'll come to you. I'll turn this towards you when you start presenting.
He said it's not good. It's not good to go on the road and see a friend and say, how are my children? And people are saying, hello, Lomo.
Not show you. Or maybe
how are my children?
Okay, I'm going back
This
on
guy
air.
thinking, oh my God. Yeah, so many things we do we don't take notice of.
I'm going
That's
back on
fun.
air.
Okay.
Thank you. We're back. And then this is still the Vintage Talk Show. And this population census has increased, so to speak. Thank you for joining us this morning. Mr. T is already here. Molara is still here. Isife, of course, is beside me here. And joining us, Kindamola Adeboye has joined us, our analyst, and occasional guest. You know, he comes when he likes. Good morning, Kindamola.
Good morning, Uncle
You
Mike.
come to the light.
Uncle Mike, was that introduction for me? Occasionally, comes when he likes.
And
That was a
understand.
bullet.
No, I
Don't
said
worry,
that to
don't
say
bother yourself. Akinamola, don't worry.
I said that to say this. He has been come so to speak, in the past 1 month. I think he's making his in preparation for his father's burial. That's happening
Hey,
next
true.
Saturday. You know, he's been
Yeah.
running up and down, not helter skelter, but he's running up and down, making arrangements. It's likely the
Up and down.
G of
Up and down.
of the is better
Oh,
than
my
helter
word.
skelter. You know, so we understand, and we look forward to the next Saturday being a great day. And
Yeah, yeah.
we can still say it's a burial, so we can't be saying happy burial.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations! I'm sure the old man lived long, a wonderful lifetime, and his homegoing will also be wonderful. And we pray that
Amen.
all the children, the family,
Amen.
will have the fortitude to bear it and to sustain his legacy. And it shall be well with all of us remaining. Okay, so that takes care of so it's not the scattergun approach. I hope you are satisfied now. Uh, also join us after his own after his own the disappearing act. Uh, now that his team is not playing today, he's a little bit on a good side, and it's good to have with us our social development advocate, Lutu Bosun Osifowora. Good morning, Bosun.
Good morning, Uncle Fudge. Good morning, everyone in the studios. Good morning, all listeners. It's a pleasure to be here. And Uncle Fudge failed to acknowledge the fact that Arsenal has been on the rise in the past weeks. But I just
I
need to drop
testify.
that as well.
You've just
That is
dropped
very
it.
kind of you. You didn't have to
You just
push
And
dropped
the.
it.
Chelsea
You don't
lost
have to.
during the
Oh,
week.
I was going to
Uncle Fudge
encourage.
was silent.
But soon we all had. We all had. It's just that they refused to.
I was going to praise his. I was going to praise his magnanimity, and his a sense of moderation. But there you are, an Arsenal man will always be an Arsenal. They are banter kings and queens.
You can't catch the
Okay,
punch.
okay. Let's see how the week goes. It's interesting that you guys met us while we're still doing entertainment news. There's a lot of talk has been going on, and Esife has not spoken. And we're in for it today. Okay, Esife, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's hear you.
Bob Manuel Udoku debunks reports. Actor Bob Manuel Udoku has denied claims that he accused Pete Edochie of posing as Nollywood's oldest actor. In an interview with Nolly Now, clarified that his podcast comments were misrepresented, stressing that Edochie's legendary work, including Things Fall Apart, came before Nollywood's official era. Udoku said he never made any derogatory remarks about the veteran.
I don't know what is wrong with all Bob and all this. It's joblessness that is causing all this thing. Maybe there are not enough. All these things about all these things
God bless
about
that lawyer.
hey, there are so many stories, so many names you can bring up. Even Bob himself is part of the '92 set. which they claim is the beginning of Nollywood for them. So he also can be the oldest one. It's something, but their fathers have been acting before these things. People that
But of course,
when we make their names,
Yeah.
I wrote a book called Reflections on the entertainment industry, and it traced 100 years of movie making, right? The ancient of days of movie making. Orlando,
Orlando Martins. Yeah.
Orlando Martins started in
Yeah.
1926.
Yes.
1926. What are you talking about? That was about 100 years ago. 1924, that about. So all this. Anyway, he has denied it. I didn't say anything derogatory. Don't, because they say if you want to live long, don't abuse elderly people. Although it doesn't concern the children nowadays. But you are not a child of now. Better watch your tongue.
Or anybody.
Or anybody, man, because they flash you. Misbehave, they don't care. Your age, they will do equilibrium to it, or what do you call it? Okay, Steve, let's move.
Portable flaunts Canadian visa.
Portable, okay. Okay, go on.
Controversial singer Portable is trending again after showing off his latest achievement, a 10-year Canadian visa. Dressed in white and green, he took to Instagram, hailing himself with new brand titles like Mr. Nigeria and Tony Montana of London. Portable boasted that music remains his only source of livelihood as fans reacted to his flamboyant display.
Uh,
The names are even many, sef. It's not like this.
oh my! But it's a you to try. So it's an entertainment news for you.
Yes.
What?
Uncle Fudge,
Anything,
Uncle Fudge, I just love this young man. He knows
Oh my!
how to use the social media for himself. He knows how to use
Excellent.
social media for himself. Yeah.
Oh
So
my!
he just drives traffic to himself. He's keeping his relevance without the unnecessary side talks about some people and stuff like that one. It's just all about himself. And I love him for it. I love him for it.
Okay. It's nice to love a rascal. Um, but all this is shenanigans. You just keep it to things like this, not be beating government officials,
You
threatening
know,
police, and
you
all
know,
that. You know,
you know, and he has to be careful because if he's not careful, that visa might be America
the
might not.
recipient.
No, it's
Well, I just wake up
Canada.
and say, Canada, sorry. I'll wake up and say, hey, can we have
It's
it back?
Canada.
We didn't know you were going to
Uncle,
publicize it this way.
Uncle T, the thing is this. I think Aki is very right. Even though I'm not a fan, the boy knows how to do his trade. And I think
Yes,
he prides in his nuisance value he
yeah,
knows
he
how
does.
to raise it very much. But
He does.
so one thing he does is that once he feels that because he's not a musician in the sense of he's an entertainer, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he feels that once you don't talk about him 1 2 weeks, he tries to do something, whether
do
positive
something.
or negative, just to
He
stay
do
in the
something.
news. Because he
I get
knows that he will go off and people can
Mhm.
forget him because he really has nothing to offer outside his nuisance value. So that's just it. And that's why
Please,
he keeps
please,
himself. He can work on
but
his head.
please explain that nuisance value so people will not feel you're actually telling him is a new something. What was it? What
Well,
explain it?
what he does anything to stay relevant. And most of
Okay,
the
fine.
time, most of
It's
those
for the
things are
outside.
negative.
Fantastic. It's for his
They're
followers,
negative.
his fans,
That's
to
basically what
understand
it is.
what you
They
mean
know
by
who
that.
he is, and there's no debating the expression. They know he knows. Somebody who comes
Yeah.
out and says he's a baboon. What else do you expect? So,
no. Aki and Bosun, they are quite correct. And what I like about him is he has no scintilla, no small stain of shame.
at
He's
all.
completely
At
shameless.
all.
He
At
has been
all.
stripped naked. He has been beaten blue and black. He has been thrown into jail. He has been shaved off.
And
He
it's
has
still
all sorts of things.
trudges. Yeah,
And he
I
still
like
is
that.
he still goes,
You're right.
I'm a king,
Very
you know.
correct, man. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's about that. It's about that being in the front burner always.
Mhm.
We congratulate him. Well done on your Canadian 10-year authorization. Just be careful because you don't say because Trump is not in Canada. Don't misbehave. But they have a way of withdrawing this thing and canceling it. You know,
My
Trump
my
just
my
made it
other advice,
nowadays.
yeah, they have a way, Fudge, you're right. My other advice is when he lands in Canada, he should let us see the landing, let us see the entry. On Bimbi, you know.
No, trust him now.
You
He will
should let
show
us see
you.
that.
He
You
will
should let
show
us see
you.
that one too.
One one of the things I like, one of I mean, the only thing I like about all of these guys' persona is what he did with Skepta. You know what he did with
Mhm.
Skepta.
Yeah,
He calmed down.
yeah,
Really
yeah.
calmed down, and that's the only music I play that has his voice. Because some humanity showed, and it was good. It was very good.
He was
Uh,
featured in that. That's not his song. Typical him, he doesn't have
Mm.
that composure.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I think so. I think so because it was quite
So he was
wholesome.
tailored to fit into
Yeah.
that. Normal him, he can't.
Okay.
He can't do that by
Okay.
himself.
Let's move on. Let's move on from what do you call him now?
Portable.
Portable. Imagine
Portable.
Portable. What a name. And this is another interesting one. You hear Isifena. I don't know where she picks them from. No, okay, go ahead.
Body of Lagos shares
Please
surgery
come again. Come
updates.
again.
Body of Lagos shares surgery updates. Influencer
Mm.
Body of Lagos has updated fans on his leg surgery in Egypt, funded through donations from well-wishers, including a 3 million naira contribution from Davido. Doctors successfully operated on his right leg, but postponed surgery on the left, warning his body might not endure the pain at once. Badi assured supporters the second operation will be done after he heals.
This is one of the evidence that social media is the savior of Nigerian populace. You know, if not for social media, the crime
Mhm.
rate will have skyrocketed. The social political
Economic bite.
atmosphere will have tragic. You know, but all kinds of people show up on internet and they get leverage, they get some kind of mileage, and they get some money. If you see this guy, I try to Badi of Lagos, Badi of what? So I looked at one of the. He has a very strong bandy legs, that he
Mm.
didn't care about until the fans that he built up were saying, you can't go on like this. You have to do this. You have to do. And they started raising money for him. And before you know
Mm.
it, it has scaled over 5 million. And all that, I saw him going to Egypt. Some people are saying maybe he's taking the money away and all that. But here he is through social media. And there are many others like that. Many, many who have
There
come
are. There are.
from nowhere, and they're into
Yes.
prominence within that space. Within that space, and they are making millions of money. Were it not for social media, the critical condition Nigeria would have found himself will be chicken feed to what will have happened. Yes. So we should be thanking Zuckerberg and all the other begs.
Although Nigerians we are a unique lot. Even if social media was not there, we would have found an avenue again because we are always at
The exponential nature of the social media
No,
is incredible.
the
Mm.
social media
It's
actually pushed it up higher than what you're talking about,
Is
my brother.
distracting. It's very
Yeah,
distracting. It takes our mind away from
the
reality.
way, the
it
way.
does.
And do
Now
you know the
I woke
average
up one
Social
day.
person?
media.
Okay,
The
Yes,
average
go ahead.
person spends like 2 hours on the phone looking at all these people,
Abi.
if not
Two
more.
hours,
The average
2 hours,
person
Ken.
spends like
2 hours.
2 hours on the
12
phone.
hours. What are you saying? 12.
No, I'm
until
saying
What
the
do you
someone.
mean?
average person. You don't spend less than two
Ah,
Okay,
hours.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
oh,
that's
you
Bosun
true.
says
understand.
average person, average person. You
But
see, and
I,
I
I,
understand that
I heard,
angle a bit.
I heard.
I have
No,
I
but
have someone at
I
the
think
close
it's
of.
very wrong. I can hold on. I
Okay,
think
sir.
it's very wrong. So how do you do average? Let's say somebody is 2, another person is 4, another person is 6. then you average it, maybe you come to 3 or 3.5. That's averaging,
No,
Abi.
sir. I said the average person does not
I
spend
know, I
less
know.
than 2 hours. We
I'm
don't do less
analyzing
than
your
two
average.
hours. Me, I'm putting
No,
myself as average.
okay, okay,
I had
No,
okay. So
to,
you
no.
see,
I had
Look
to
at
caution.
professions, sir. Fad, sorry. Look at
just listen,
professions. Let's
just
come
listen
from the
to me.
angle of
Listen
lawyers,
to,
doctors,
oh,
engineers who are time on the bankers. Do you
listen
understand? I'm
to
not
me.
saying that people don't do it, but
Listen
average
to
person
me.
that he's talking about is probably looking at
Listen,
what you do for a living.
today
What you
not
do for
today.
a
Uncle Fad,
living.
Uncle Fad,
You are
sorry.
hearing me.
Yes, Fad. Fad.
Let me quickly chip this in. I said for myself, I made up my mind
I
that
know,
whatever
I know.
happens, I will not do more than 2 hours on this. When I found out that I wake up at night, I want to work. You just pick up phone and you've done one
Exactly.
hour looking at nonsense. So I had to tell myself, I think that's what I used to judge, but I may be wrong. But I know people spend hours on this thing. People literally
Okay,
live on social
okay. So,
media.
so what I was trying to analyze to you guys is that when you average moderate hours, you can get moderate results, moderate averaging.
Mhm.
But when you average like Bosun's using 2 hours, maybe Aki's using 4 hours, Mr. T because of power and issues, maybe 4 hours. Um, me, I'm always working another stuff. Maybe I use 5 hours, and then you average it alongside more than 70% of people using 16 hours, 18 hours.
Mm,
The average can be less than 12
mm,
That's true.
because
mm,
That's true.
people stay
That's
on
true.
mm.
that thing, even when they are going to cook or going to the bus, the data is still on so that updates can come, so that updates can come in. Anytime I put on DND, do not disturb, my people will be complaining. Why are you? I don't want all this notification. I'm not interested. They said no. Else you will come in and say, how many people are calling me? Just don't disturb my life, you know. But some people, the notification is the your la Abi Baba Allah has come. And Lega Miami has done something. What was again? Mascara Abi. MC Mascara, everybody has come.
Irrelevancy.
What's that young boy doing? What's that young boy? Pella has come.
Bella.
Jarvis has come.
Bella.
And all of them, Angela is here. They know you know. Well, thank God for social media. We really thank God for social media. Okay, shall we move on? I think it's your last story, right?
I have 3 more.
Ah, okay.
Should we skip some?
Try the one that will not cause us to talk too much. Try and avoid it.
I can't promise that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to Naira Marley.
Ah, okay.
The
Mm.
bad
Naira
guy.
Marley against betting. Singer
Hmm.
Naira Marley is urging Nigerian youth to quit excessive sports betting. In a post on X, he warned that gambling is not a career, writing, "Football bet no be work, bro." His
Hmm.
advice follows
Mm.
reports showing Nigeria has over 160 million active bettors, with young people making up the majority.
Mm.
Wow. This is a pandemic.
It
Ah.
is.
It's a
It's
pandemic. It's also another distraction from the economic, social, political slash economic reality. But it's a
Mhm.
pandemic. It's a pandemic. And this thing cuts across all ages. Just yesterday, I was talking with someone, and there's a particular artisan who used to help us. We had to ban him from coming to the house because every day he will come. He comes with people, owing people. You send him to buy gas, he won't bring the gas. He would use your gas cylinder and the money for the gas to place spot bet. Is
Hmm.
that bad? People, they put him in cell. They've done all kinds of things. I had to say yesterday that come, you don't win me. That every day, that what kind of human being are you? That there's no day that they say you are won. If you know you are not winning something, it's not your destiny. Leave it and look for
Leave
something
it,
else.
yo.
But people,
You know.
I know somebody who got indebted in millions about 2 years ago on this
Wow.
nonsense sport
Wow.
betting. People had to rally around him to somebody very close. We had to rally around him to pay the debt. And we
Wow.
now keep a close tab on him just to make sure that I don't understand. It's that bad. And it cuts
I hope
across
you
all ages.
you have sent him to
Bosun,
rehab, because he will still
Bosun, but you
relapse.
know that I was doing an analysis that was 3 days ago, and you said it's a pandemic, and I'm looking at it's three things are pandemics in Nigeria, and we are just glossing over it. One is sports betting. Second one is the drugs. The
Mm.
drugs it's a pandemic too. Now
Uh,
the third one is the Yahoo stuff.
Mm.
That is the third one.
And then
You see, and
there's a fourth
I
one.
I, I looked at it.
There's
Uncle
a fourth
Fudge, I
one.
looked at
Mm.
check very well. These three things I've mentioned, check very well. They are nearer home than outside there. You have
Yes.
someone in your family, someone very
Mhm.
close that
Yeah,
is doing it.
yeah.
Either,
Terrible.
either it's because they are not taking notes. Because I just
Mm.
last week they told me about young guys, and I was warning them about this other guy that just came to the area, and he had introduced every one of them to drug.
Wow.
Mm.
He has introduced every one of them to drugs, and I was looking at, and I have taken my time to go to all the parents. See, this is what is happening. It's just that you are not taking notes. Your son is taking this, and they were shocked. I mean, yeah, just was it
Where?
3 days ago? Someone came, a family member of someone came down from Songo to Oshodi here. You know, he had to come and shout on the boy, grab the boy's hair and stuff like that one, because I had already, this guy is on drugs, because the way he's talking now, talks boldly, always erratic, always wanting to fight someone. And this person was very, very gentle human being before.
Wow.
So
Mm.
drugs, this sports betting we're
He
talking about.
has metamorphosed.
Yeah, the ones in the shops, the ones that they go to the shops to bet, that one is a small thing.
Mm.
Check someone,
Yes.
Online.
very educated, someone enlightened, close to you.
Online.
You will find out that they bet on their phone.
Yeah.
They do it on their
Football
phone.
betting.
So they
Actually,
don't go to any
actually, let me quickly drop this. A friend had to get us to arrest the manager of her outfit, catering outfit, massive stuff. And by the time we caught him and traced, this manager of this big outfit is a pastor of one of the big churches. By the time we were able to get into his account, do you know that 80% of the money went into sport betting? Parish pastor.
Are you
So
are you kidding?
I'm just trying to add to the fact that it cuts across. I know bankers
Yes.
who do this thing, and
every time, every
it's
day out.
horrible, sir. Very horrible. And I don't know who will help, whether divine or I don't know
Do
the
you know? Do you know
solution
the
for
shocking
it.
thing? Sorry, the shocking thing to me is this: you have them all in all these places. You have somebody in the betting area, very interested betting person. He's also into drugs. He's also into another thing, third one.
It's
And
it's
then
a
I got
combo.
to know somehow the people who deal in drugs also engage or deploy. Yeah, they call them messengers, evangelists. Those guys are the ones introducing the community you're talking about, Akin, earlier. Okay, that was what the guy was actually asked to do. That was his own job: spread the message.
Wow.
And when they get into the community, that's the first thing they do. They get paid for it. That's the first thing that you see. It's so endemic. Every day I think about it, I see a bit, and I'm saying to myself, is there an end to all these things? Because I don't understand. Okay, if it's got me into my grain to say church instead of church, and at this age I'm still saying church, I might end up still saying church for the next 100 years. It got a permit because it's already a DNA stuff. It's there in my head. And if we don't flush them out now, not flush the people out, flush this thinking ideology out. Nigeria is the fastest growing in the business of pools betting. I don't have any statistics to show. Every day there is a new every day there's a new concept. They advertise this concept both on radio, TV, billboards, anywhere. If you start with that, cut them down.
Okay, gentlemen, we need to move on. This is the first time we're dragging on many talking issues on entertainment. It shows the level of problems that we are dealing with in Nigeria, socially and politically. We have not even gone to Niger trends or cover stories, and we are so bogged down with all our problems that are now public nuisance, so to speak. Bosun asks for divine intervention. I don't know what else to ask for. Let's take the last story.
But Bosun pastors are also doing it, so.
Let's take the last story, please. Okay. Shoot, please.
Dayo Amusa clears HIV rumors. Actress Dayo Amusa has publicly shared her HIV test results to debunk online claims linking her to the disease, described the rumors as false and harmful, reminding fans she had declared herself HIV negative during a 2019 awareness campaign. Amusa has also threatened legal action against the content creator who spread the allegations.
Yes. Bosun is here. Just contact him and let's get the chap that's spreading all this message. How do you call someone is HIV positive? I mean, there was a time that this thing was like a major scare. The stigma, an incredible stigma. But other problems have overtaken it now. But other problems, drugs, sport betting, ritual is Yahoo. They are now prime targets. Nobody worries about the health hazard and all that. So to mark someone as a HIV thanks, Isnife also. Wow. What a day. You're back.
AI at work.
I don't know who left, but you are back, Abi, or I'm the one that's back.
No,
you're the one who almost left.
Well, AI did a job in your place. AI took over.
Your network is networking you.
I think it's better. It's much better now. But it has disappearing act.
Mm-hmm. His network is bad. It's one freezing now.
Mm-hmm.
No, are we off air?
I don't think so.
Now. No, we are not off. We are going back.
Okay.
You're welcome back. This is still the Vintage Talk Show. with Faj and friends. And my friends are in the house. It's a T is there, Akindamola is there, and Bosun is also here. We'll focus on Niger trends now, trending stories within the Nigerian space within the week. That's just outgoing. And you can now join us, discuss things that we have spoken in the past few minutes and what we'll be going to discuss onward. The number to call is 0913 You can join us, make a comment. You can also put a comment on Facebook. Hopefully, we'll see it. Or tap us on the YouTube and leave your comment. We'll see it, and then we can uh, talk about it. The number again is 0913 Gentlemen,
Uncle
yeah,
Fudge, where's my learned colleague?
I told you it's 1 week off, 1 week on by
Oh,
her
oh.
by by Fayat. So
Okay.
um, what can we do? We don't have money to pay her. Okay, two major stories I point this week. That takes about one takes like three stories, which I'm going to, or four stories, which I'm going to wrap into one, and the other took like six stories, which I'm also going to knock into one. One is about Natasha and Senate, and the other is about Wike and Fubara and the return of democracy in River State. So let's start with ladies first. Okay. It says Senate blocks Natasha Akpoti Uduaga from returning to the chambers. The National Assembly clerk ruled she cannot resume when the Senate reconvenes later this month. Natasha was suspended since last March and insists her 6-month penalty has expired. But the Senate says she has to wait for the court case to be decided. PDP and rights groups accuse Senate President Akpabio of silencing the opposition, while senior advocates of Nigeria, several of them, argue that the Senate has no constitutional power. Some of the lawyers, I saw about 7 or 8 of them, have the same opinion. Wale Balogun and so on said the move was effectively extending her punishment indefinitely and denies her constituents the right to representation. Only one son, I think, the young that man that has pattern on his head. What's his name now? From Ojekunle, yeah. Ojekunle, yeah. That dissented. I said they should finish the job in the court, and instead of causing any other mayhem, uh, rights groups and others have sworn that they will fight this to finish as usual, but it never finishes. Gentlemen, what do you think?
Well, if we start from the position of the law, there's a Court of Appeal judgment that actually says that legislators cannot be suspended or recalled except by the people who actually brought them in, because he is standing on the mandate of his constituents. And if we go by that, then the suspension wouldn't make any sense. But on the contrary, it's a house that has its own rules, and the rules must be followed. If you are lawmakers and you are not following your own laws and rules, then something is wrong somewhere. Now, but there's a third dimension to this, which is the woman has decided to go to court to activate and actualize her rights, and also clear doubts going forward on how this thing should pan out. So I would rather stay with the court, let the court make a final pronouncement, and then we know that, okay, going forward, a senator or a legislator can never be suspended by the House. And so it's going to be a landmark judgment, and it will put paid to all that's on ground. But I think also this thing has gone very personal. and it's not worth the struggle and the fight. You can see that there's a whole lot of ego tripping in this whole thing, and it has bettered all kinds of shenanigans on both parts. And
Mhm.
trust politicians to milk it. Those that the thing is against are saying that um, they are stifling opposition, and those who are on the side of the person being accused of stifling are now surreptitiously holding on to court decision, which most of
Sure.
them never really believed in. So, but they know that our legal system is kind of slow, or it grinds
Mhm.
slowly, and that
Mhm.
beats them time to be able to perpetrate whatever they have, you know, forward in this regard. So that's basically what it is. But I feel that by the time the court's verdict comes, it will put paid to this thing. Possibly two angles can come out of it. One, if the court says she can't be suspended, then the suspension becomes null and void. All her entitlements all through this period will be returned to her. If the court opposes the suspension, then we know that going forward, legislatures can be suspended at any level. So that will definitely cure what is on ground. The only disadvantage here is to her people, her
Mm.
constituents, because if there's anything she could have done to alleviate the suffering or help bring progress to her people in this whole months of suspension, she wouldn't have been able to do it. So you have consequently denied a group of Nigerians who gave the mandate to somebody to hold for them. You have denied them their rights to um, freedom of speech and legislation. That's basically what it is.
Hmm.
I think, but just a question, but so quickly. I well, I won't call it a question, but just to tap into your brain a little bit. This kind of case or cases, how long do you think the court would take in determining the facts involved in such cases? Sometimes a case like this could go over 5 years.
Definitely.
Depends on where we're. Yeah, so it worries me. The result or the outcome of the case will come out, and probably most of them will be out of the chamber, not by death, but by movements, democratic structures, movement, politics and campaigning and all that, the fallout and all that. That's my headache now. And I would have
Ideally,
thought that maybe yes. Go ahead, please.
ideally, cases of this nature should be given accelerated hearing so that, because I mean, their tenure is time bound, and you cannot keep someone, you cannot marginalize someone for this long. Now, but the problem is, like I said earlier, those who want to keep her out of the system, she went to court and they know how the court works. It's unfortunate. It's where we have found ourselves. And that is what we
Mhm.
have to live with for now. But our system is very slow. Our justice system is very slow. So that's what those who are trying to keep Natasha out of the fray, that's what they are trying to capitalize on. That's why they have said,
Oh,
and they are holding on to the fact that you took us to court, let the court pronounce on it. Until the court says anything, and you know the position, if a matter is sub judice, then you can't do anything about it. You wait for the decision of the court. So that's where they are carrying the thing on their head like World Cup, that we will stay there. So until the court decides, you cannot do anything.
can't do
So she
anything.
has been
But
caught
also,
in between.
Bosun, I, I
Yes,
dis-
sir.
I disagree with you on your how do you lawyers call it now, on your opening
Submission.
opening summons, whatever it is that you open with. I think I think it is unfair and wicked and petty that someone went to court based on the fact that you have suspended me for 6 months, it is not right to suspend me for 6 months. So the nexus or the topic of adjudication is 6 months suspension. Is it right? Is it legal or not? She had exhausted that 6 months. There's court case fighting that 6 months, different from other cases and all that stuff. But the one that affects Senate has to do with the 6 months. Now, the judge or the court has not ruled on whether that 6 months is right or wrong. Now, you now say something that happened in the past that she has exhausted and used, that she can't cling on to. You have to cling on to that. Whereas she has finished her punishment, she's challenging that punishment ought not to have taken place, and then you are still fighting that they have to adjudicate on that punishment 6 months, even if it takes 3 years. It doesn't make sense because the problem is 6 months suspension.
Uncle Fad, let me quickly. You know this is law. Let's do it legally now. Now, so I understand your position very well, but here law has been mixed with politics. So that's basically what it is. Now, if she had waited her 6 months, she will be back officially. But she took it to court. Now, what they are doing, funny enough, the amazing part is that all the parties involved, they are lawyers. So they understand the game very well. Akpabio is a lawyer, she's a lawyer as well. And their supporters, there are a whole lot of people behind them. Now, so in law, there's a Latin maxim that says, ubi jus, ibi remedium. That is, where there is, where somebody has been wronged, where somebody has been wronged, there is a remedy for it in law. Now, so what they are holding on to is that let the court give you the necessary remedy. So the assembly may pay her a whole lot of money if the remedy says so. But one thing I'm sure is that it is the court that will pronounce on this. And I tell you, because this will still happen again. What will happen is that once this has the court has pronounced on it, then going forward we are cleared. If the court says you can no longer suspend any legislator, this can't happen again. So she's the sacrificial lamb for establishing this fact. So she will be the true heroine of democracy. She probably will suffer and her rights will be trampled upon to get this done. So that will go down in the history of this country for her. So, but like I said, these people are using Uncle Fat. Your point is very valid. You suspended someone for 6 months. 6 months is over. You now say no, you can't come in. Hold on to the court. Well, the fact is that you went to court. So let the court give us a comprehensive note on this thing and we will abide by it. That's what they are doing. It's politics. They move from law to politics, but that's where. So she's going to be the matter. I mean, she's going to be the heroine here of whatever decision the court arrives at.
Because okay, but I was thinking about it, and like I said last week, we are all complicit because this is not the first time it's happening. Although this is the first time someone is dragging a case like this, and I would have chosen the path if I was Natasha to fight this to the end and not bend and mobilize so that the court can quickly make a pronouncement on this, because everybody keeps on shouting on social media and nobody is doing anything about it. Nobody is going to the extra extent of let's go to the court and start protesting every day. That sit on this case. Let's know where it will end. And like you have said, it's just an opening for them to punish Natasha, because I remember that several years ago when democracy started, that is how it has been, and they have turned the National Assembly have turned itself to a cabal, so that in-house you can't singularly disagree with them. In-house you can't singularly disagree
True.
with them.
True.
You can't. Once they say this is what, even though some people might have dissenting minds, they will not say it out, because the whole house is saying this is what we want. And it has been happening severally. This other senator from the north that they did it to him too. Hey, Dume. As strong as Dume is, they did it to him too, and he just chose I like Bosun said, he chose the cowardly part to just lie low and serve the suspension and come back to the house. Because you can't tell me Natasha does not have friends in that Senate that should have stood up that no, let her come back first, but they are all afraid. And like Bosun have said, although it may be it may be wrong, it is wrong for them to deny her or our people representation. But the court, I think the court should have the final say. But I'm also afraid, because in this democracy we have now, we know that money is what drives the wheel of everything. So that somebody will not go and
Be
compromise
careful.
somebody.
Be
Somebody
careful.
will not go and compromise somebody somewhere. And
No. Just drop that line. Just drop that line.
Just be careful.
If somebody is compromised somewhere, because we are saying the court.
Akindamola, we know where you are going. We know where you are landing. It's important that we are able to celebrate your father's burial next week. Just let it. We get what you are going, and your points are valid. So our people will say a word is enough for the wise. They know what you are saying and what you are going. So let us hang it there. Let's go to the second major story. All I got from here is she has to be the heroine, or it's a kind of matter that will give us a more robust and
can we look for a softer landing, a word that soft lands it, a scapegoat? Yeah, am I right?
Yeah.
No, I want it. I want us to understand that. Yeah,
just that scapegoat does not have
For
a
want of
positive
better expression.
scapegoat does not have a positive outcome. So it's more like a heroine, or tragic heroine.
Heroine. Okay,
something good will come out of it, but she will suffer for it. And
she will go through it. Yes, I understand.
Okay, so let's move on to the other sore point, which is the rivers of chaos, rivers of confusion, and all what other is going on. There are 4 stories there that I'm trying to cherry pick and knit together to make one sense. The first one says, Wike says peace back in Rivers State. Is the one announcing the resolution. that man has issues. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says peace has returned to Rivers State after 6 months of emergency rule. Speaking on channels, Wike disclosed that Governor Similaya Fubara on Wednesday, confirming that political actors are now united in moving the state forward. He even announced that, even explained to the states why that they should not worry, because the man did not resume on Wednesday doesn't mean they're at the end of life. It will still come. On Thursday rather. He spoke on Wednesday, spoke on Thursday. I think he did on Friday too. The next one says, we can say, I won't impose commissioners on Fubara. He says he has no plans to dictate the choice of commissioners or aides to Rivers State Governor Fubara. Most people will raise their noses at that. Who's returning after 6 months of emergency, and that he has no candidate and will not impose anyone, despite speculation about influence. That's what he said on air. He has never been fond of being kept to his word. Things change with politics. The next one says Fubara returns to Port Harcourt. Eventually, governor showed up after the declaration of the president about lifting up the emergency rule in River State. He was welcomed at the airport by jubilant supporters. Fabra and his deputy had been suspended for 6 months and all that, with retired Admiral Ibo Kete Ibas serving as sole administrator. And then later in the day, because he promised that he would speak at 6 p.m., later yesterday at 6 p.m., Fubara woke up and said, Wike and I have embraced peace. The gentle governor declared. River State Governor Fubara says he and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, have agreed to end the feud in interest of peace. In a statewide broadcast, Fubara confirmed that President Tinubu personally brokered the truce, bringing all sides to the table. The governor admitted the 6-month standoff tested the state's resilience, but said lessons have been learned. He declared that peace and stability have now returned to River State. And he says, in his own word, they have buried the hatchet. You know, it presupposes that hatchets were used, and hatchets are used to hack people. So they've
Have they been buried? Have they been buried?
They hacked egos, hacked provision, hacked money, hacked all kinds of things. And now peace has raised.
Occupied. Let me quickly say something here. If every Saturday, if we have a team for what we do, today's team will be heroes and scapegoats. Because what we have talked about Natasha
So end of discussion.
Is it that she comes out as hero or scapegoat of suspension at the Senate? This one, Fubara, has showed us how not to be a scapegoat of a governor. Next time, if your hand, you know they say in Yoruba that if you don't have what it takes to fight, don't start the fight in the first place.
You remember that video that Ayo Fayose warned this man when they were doing the solution? He warned him. He said, this man,
he won seriously.
If you remove your eyes when you see something, just remove your face. The man did not listen.
But Uncle Fight, on a more serious note, for me, the problem here is not Wiki, and the problem here is a big lesson for all. Fubara didn't have what it takes to fight. Let me start like this. The premise is that we are doing practical but not doing textbook democracy. If you want to follow the textbook, you will miss out. That's basically what played out in Rivers. Because this guy, we have a democracy where people bring you in. And if you don't have what it takes to fight these people, then leave it. Follow the dictate. It's literally like that across the state. This guy didn't have what it takes to fight the people who brought him in. And then he started this fight, and the fight consumed him. That's why the only takeaway for me here is what he said. He said lessons have been learned. The lesson is not just for him, it's for future. If you know that you're not running election on your own, somebody is bringing you in, you better wait until that person dies before you assert yourself, or you agree to all the terms, or you don't sign it at all. Because if you're going to dine with the devil with your own cutlery, you have to find a way around it. That's basically what has played out here. It is not politics, it is not law, this is life lesson. People came and talked about suspension of a governor, everything. Did anything happen? Nothing. The powers that be and they taught him the lesson. And it's a lesson for, I hope people are learning. If you want to get into this thing, be ready to sign the pact. If you are not ready to sign, don't join them. Face your work. That's basically what I can take out of this thing. The guy has learned now. He didn't have what it takes to fight this man, and they showed him. That's it.
Bosun, it's like that adage. You don't bite the fingers that feed you. Because I was telling people, I was invited to a meeting, and a sort of scenario like that was played out. They said, let's get into power, then we fight the finger that was feeding. I said, sorry, I choose to walk away. I choose to walk away because it has been happening from time past, and like my pastor will tell me, he says, anything you choose to do over and over again, and it gives you the same result, but you are expecting a different result when you are doing it. That is insanity. That
No
I'm not
problem.
insane.
Yeah,
That I'm
no.
not insane. I said, I'm not insane, so I choose to walk away. And someone came to me that, you that you always advocate. I said, no, you don't understand. Lajoda did it. People have been doing it before then. They kept a governor inside the boot of a car. What happened in this country? Nothing. I said, so why are you now telling me that I will now walk into the same thing? I can't walk into the same thing. People are saying, it's democracy. Who was Fubara before he became a governor? Nobody. They single-handedly
Hello.
governor. And the people that were
Hello, good
that were
morning.
now
Hold on, Akin, we have a caller. Hello, good morning. Oh, Pastor Ambrose, you're welcome. I mean, Apostle Ambrose, you're welcome.
Yeah, Fubara, Wike brought Fubara. This is government resources. And bringing somebody to succeed somebody does not mean that you owe allegiance to that person. The issue here is, I agree that Fubara was, didn't know how to fight. But if you ask me, I would say, when you knew ab initio that you were still going to comply and call the man your leader, why did you have to start a fight and involve so many people? And as we speak now, you are back. You said the UK is your leader. But I don't want us to see this fight as Fubara is fighting UK, because it has to do with the resources of River State. And if people help people in life, so if people help Wike, now Wike is saying he helps Fubara. Which resources? River State resources. The way I look at all of these things today, this man they call Fubara, I don't know whether he will ever, because this fight is not yet over. And until we begin to fight the system, if we support Wike for this, it will happen again from another state. We knew the case of in Abia State where Oji fought throughout the tenure of Oji. All those Okalu cannot even go to Abia State. I think we have to, take this thing away from Wike help Fubara. And why did he force him in the first place? Because he had his own ulterior motive. Now he's saying he's not going to interfere. It's a lie. So I don't want us to look at it from that perspective that Wike got Fubara when he knew he was not going to cooperate. So at the expense of the Rivers people, that's my question.
Thank you. I'm sure you heard there. It's
you know something. Sorry, Fad. Well, something I've always observed. When you're going into the Nigerian politics, climate, Nigeria, you really need to dig past the history. Do you know this thing that just played out during the UPN, NPN days?
Yes.
It played out during Awolowo's days and tenure. The Abubakar Tafawa, we saw all these things right in the classrooms. They were actually pointing out the intrigues in politics from a tender age. And now we have people who we can say, okay, we don't rub shoulders with them, but they're expected to understand the political terrain. People get in and don't understand it at all. from the local government level like that. It is when you get to local government, you understand that, there is a Baba up there. There's somebody up there. But what worries me is this. For how long will this continue? For how long will it continue? When a Bosun gets there, he gets there, example, right? And because he's there, Bosun suddenly realizes that, what's wrong with this fudge man now? Why should I always kowtow to everything he's telling me to do when it's affecting me and affecting the relationship between me and the populace? Can't I take my mind? Can't I honestly take the directives by myself and say I want to do this? The structure in Nigeria has proven that that cannot happen. It is unwritten, but we have seen it over time. People should go back to learn politics and learn the history, what it entails to run the template and be in it and still hold your head high up. If you are too chicken out for that, you can't sit down there. Okay. And initially, I thought it was all drama at play because I love people from Rivers. I honestly love. I shouldn't tell you. I love people from Ibadan. I love people from Rivers. Why? I'll tell you why. Ibadan will, for every line there's a proverb. And when they do not like what you are doing, the way they will change, that thing will change all of them. They just, this what you said. What change for? They just change it for you there and then. No. For my friends in Rivers, they have a way. They'll be telling you, you are stupid, though, but they won't use the word stupid. They look for get another name they use for stupid. And when they say, they also will laugh. You will laugh too. And when you turn your back, this guy doesn't know that. I see others and play. And that's the way it is. I thought it was all drama because I couldn't believe it. And you see, above everything else, our character, our attitude is so important. It is so important. If it is not an ego problem, we will not have problems in the Senate now with Natasha and Oga. I'm telling you. Ego. Come back to this case of Rivers. I will show you guys. What do you think? I was there before. I brought you in, boss, so you must do what I ask you to do. Do you get it? It's all ego and power play. Why can't we just sit down and reason for once? It's not, you can't win all the time, and you cannot understand how it works. If you continue to do it, you make more enemies. Yeah, it gets to a point you can't even come home to say Happy Merry Christmas because you are afraid to show your face. Then why do you go through that? You don't wake up in arms, you want to fight, and you don't have the equipment to fight or the implements to fight. They give you a gun, you don't even know where the trigger is. So that's my submission in all of these cases, honestly.
Thank you. My article today is titled Rivers of Ego, Power, and Politics. And I want to just read a small paragraph. It says, yet the interregnum offered lessons. For Fubara, the political survival depends on firmness, not eternal gratitude to Godfathers. For Wike, that power is not a birthright. Political dominance can melt away once Abuja loses patience. For Abuja itself, that emergency rule is a blunt instrument. It may restore quietude, but it cannot heal. Governance by military light decrees cannot substitute for institutions. We need to build strong institutions. Not where you can put governor inside boots and get away with it. Nowhere you can hint at a third tenor or a third, what do you call that thing? A third tenor of office. A third term, and you get away with it, and you are still walking the street. Where the president will disappear for weeks, and you won't know. Maybe he's even dead, and you will not know. And there were some people who are running the country, and nothing happened. Nothing happened afterwards. We can't go on with this. Like Akin would say, we are all complicit in this matter because we are docile. We don't do anything. Yes.
It reminds me of what our learned colleagues will say. They said, "He who comes to equity must come with clean hands." People want to get into office, but they don't want to pay the price of getting into office and being their own man,
Mhm.
because they are looking for godfathers to sponsor them, political. They don't want to start little and get into office. What they want to do is look for someone to ride on. And you
Mhm.
can't ride on a tiger, and you will tell me that the tiger doesn't have the probability of consuming you, because you know it happened in Lagos too.
Yeah.
It happened in
Yeah.
Lagos, and
Is it still not
the
happening?
guy, and the guy was trying to hoodwink us by executing plenty projects and stuff like that one, so that. But at the end of the day, you rode on someone's back. I would have loved it if he had campaigned in the streets for himself, built up systems and structures in the streets for himself.
Organically.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because nobody wants to
Okay.
do it. They just want to come and then let me be nominated. Now you are nominated by some power, and you feel you can't just and it's a big lesson. It's a big
I
lesson.
just hate our
It's a big
I
lesson.
just hate our
Uncle
politics.
Fudge.
It's so
Uncle
it's a
Fudge.
cycle of
Uncle
dominance
Fudge.
and tokenism. Yes, Yari, I'm just
Uncle
annoyed.
Fudge. So on
Yes.
our team of today, who do you think was the hero of the hero in Rivers? I think it's Ibas. From
No.
nowhere.
Rivers is Ibas is going to face serious issues in that
Ibas.
assembly. They are going to probe
Nothing.
every week.
Nothing will happen. Nothing.
He will have problems, though.
Nothing.
He will have problems, Bosun.
You will hear.
Nothing.
But
Don't
you
be
see,
this
let us have
Nigeria.
question. Let us
Let's
have
let's
question. Now
bet on it.
you ask. Let's say
Uncle T,
Wike is
Uncle Fudge,
obviously the hero.
let's
Wike is
let's
obviously
bet
the
on
hero.
a plate of jollof
Hold
rice.
on,
Nothing will happen.
hold on.
No, you are
Hold
against
on.
betting. You were against betting earlier on. No.
Don't bet, Mr. Man.
Wike, I believe is the hero. Fubara is a scapegoat. What's it called? Ibas is
Is the beneficiary
the beneficiary. Yes, it's just
of the unintended consequence.
what negotiators we call Omolokme. He just comes and carries the whole bill, and the guys just enjoy for 6 months. And from the time, okay,
He will soon get ambassadorial position now. You know that God has blessed Ibas.
He stabilized River State. He kept the thing going. Civil service
Yes.
was on and all that. But really,
What are we talking
he tried.
about?
He really tried, But
He tried, really. He did. I don't know how he did it, but he tried.
Uncle Fudge, that place was going to go up in flames. Oh.
Yeah,
Seriously.
The way they were going, that place was going to go up in flames.
Yeah, it was.
right.
It was. They don't care whose ox was God. They wanted to finish themselves. They really wanted to finish up themselves, honestly.
Okay, let's
wow.
leave where Wike and his Fubara.
It's difficult.
It looks like Wike and his instrument. Fubara looks like like. Anyway, let's
The
move.
piper,
One more story.
Wike and his instrument.
We have another caller, please. Good morning. Hello, is that Temitokpe? Good morning. Oh, okay. Who's calling, please? Okay, Mr. Dr. Moses. Good morning. Okay. Indeed.
Godfathers have been unseated. It's not new.
Yeah.
So he did it. Even Martin related them in Ebony, he didn't want David to marry, but he decided his side. He took his side.
Yeah.
The current governor now, and the replaced governor of River State was just naive. He didn't know when to fight and when not to fight. No man is ever strong. There are vulnerable points. Fight around what you be Lagos now.
Yeah.
Start your people first. If I'm not paid, you enter office. You want to fight the person that brought in after you didn't do anything. You did anything for you. And you're so nice to take on that person less than 3 months. You can tell yourself, oh, you don't want this man because it was a leak. It was detecting to you. Do your first time. That's the people. Get your side first. So don't you have that thing now. Even if you don't cousin, they were cousins, but in unseated totally. But you, a less than how many months, who are advising you against a man that did everything for you. Look, he's just going to be a prophet for the next 1.5 years. And I just 4 years, he's going
Yeah.
I'm saying this from a point of real knowledge. The man was simply naive and he said right now, there are no emotions there, no emotions. Somebody brought you, you've got to go by his stance or you leave the space. Good morning, guys.
Thank you,
Good
Doctor.
morning.
Dr. Moses. Wow, very blunt. I like his opening statement that naivety is not a virtue. And
Virtue.
the man did not learn
At all.
from
At all.
what's it called? Fashion's prayer. That may you not see what gets your loyalty. Good morning. Who's calling
Mm-hmm.
us?
No, may your loyalty not be tested.
May your loyalty not be tested.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This I'm sure. Okay, go ahead. This is Temitope, right?
Everything about everything is just aberration. That is true. But imagine if they have not worked with Tokunbo, we have they've worked together, the brothers would have succeeded in just taking wicked politically. They would have succeeded easily. And finally, I say, Osifowora is just like the Zelensky of Nigeria.
Thank you. People with colorful descriptions today, and Bosun caused it. It started with this matter and scapegoat and all that. You know,
And heroes.
we're a little bit short of time. Probably I want to answer, and then the calls keep coming. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
President has been set in River State. We have more or less like a godfather dictating the thing of how a state should be run, which is very illegal. Democracy has been thrown into the trash. Rule of law, everything has been thrown into the trash. Now you have the judiciary that's supposed to take how the 27 lawmakers was detected. They kept silent. 40 cases was thrown under the thing. The judiciary kept quiet about it. And also a wrongful administrator was into the whole matter, and everything was just done in silence and secrecy. And you also have a crooked governor that could not say anything. Yeah, everything was just like more or less like paddy thing. So you can see that Rivers now has set a bad precedent. And also subsequently things like this will occur. And everybody will keep silent about it. It's more or less like you can see that this government is full of illegality and every other thing. Like I used to think. I think the worst of us is showing the best of us. So there was a country. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Uncle Fudge.
Zara, yes. Yeah.
Uncle Fudge, please, a quick one. It is easy to castigate ourselves and our own things.
Yeah.
But the reason why you have proliferation of guns in America is because those who are in the manufacturing sector are responsible for sponsorship of a lot of legislators. It's not a Nigerian thing that godfatherism or this sponsorship happens. It comes with democracy. Except you have a monarchy or you have a different system of government. As long as you have democracy, you have vested interests and you have rent seekers. So it's like that. It comes with it. It's part of the downside of democracy that they didn't teach us in governance or government in school, but it comes with it and it's in every place, in every city where democracy is practiced.
They control the minds of the minds of the legislators and politicians. So when they get there, all the bills that will be against them are thrown through the window.
Hey, gentlemen,
that's why the gun run is still exists in those places.
We're able to cover about 65% of our story. I would have loved us to talk about this. We have less than 2 minutes. This Mandarin added to secondary school curriculum. Mandarin Chinese has been added to Nigeria's senior secondary school curriculum following the national review. the FCT, oh, I don't want to laugh. There are now Oh my. They
Uncle
launched
Fat,
a
you know,
new Chinese corner in Abuja. Yes. I don't get it. Is it
no,
are they doing a pilot?
I get it. No, I get it, sir. I get it, sir. All
Eh?
this loan from China, from this, from
That's
that,
what
from that. So where do
that's
you
what I'm
put it?
going
So
to.
it's time to be
Yeah.
loans. This Mandarin
Yes,
thing is time to be loans, right?
They're investing heavily in
cultural
Nigeria
investment.
now. You know?
What do I need Mandarin for? My you know, the funny thing is that in my house now, my son will pick up the phone and he will say he's learning Korean. My daughter is Chinese. And I'm looking at the Yoruba that I'm speaking. People can't even speak
You
half
have
of
not
it.
learned. You have not learned
You have not learned it. It's just cultural imperialism. It's it's just sneaking
That's how
in.
it's
Then
sneaking
in
in.
out.
That's it. They're sneaking it in. And that's how we start. The imperialism, that's where you start. They dominate your culture, they take over your language,
Yeah.
and before you know it, you start.
They are everywhere. Yes, it's everything. The culturalization.
If I'm permitted to say this in Yoruba, so while today, that's basically.
No Godfather can help us in this case now. Okay,
No,
yeah.
God,
You're
no, it's too
collecting
late.
money from the devil.
It's too late. Godfather.
We are now scapegoats. We're not scapegoats.
We're not scapegoats.
You know, there was a
China is the hero. China is the hero.
Who will be our hero?
Everything Yoruba. There was a time everything African, everything Yoruba was bad.
Yes. In primary school, I remember in primary school in the 60s and the 70s. Hey, gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Akio, let's leave the fight to next week. And the celebration week. So, oh my. Well, we thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you. Mr. T, thank you so much. You won't be able to say your final words today. I will help you. But
no, I can only say bye-bye in Chinese. I can say bye-bye in Mandarin.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you so much, Osifowora. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best tomorrow. Akintunde-Johnson, thank you so much. And we pray for next week. Next weekend will be fantastic. And I want to thank the ladies of Molara, Famuyiwa, thank you. Osifowora Ogundadegbe, thank you. And all our callers, Dr. Ambrose, Temitokwe, Dara, and Dr. Moses from Isolo. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. And please be careful. Don't be a scapegoat.
Taking you to the top to stay. Top Radio 90.9.
Thank you.